Hey, what's up everybody? This is Robbie, you're watching Geek Level Asian, and I probably should have did this video like quite a long time ago, and I'm not sure yet, but I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a series of videos, and you could probably tell by the title how that's going to work. Some of the most common questions I get are, like who's your favorite ranger? Who's your favorite 6th ranger? Who's your favorite red ranger? Who's your favorite villain? I'm also including, they're not actually the number 6. They are, I'll call them auxiliary type rangers. They're not part of the main team, or they come in later in the show. They might not actually be the 6th ranger. So now that being said, before we begin, like always, please go ahead and like this video. It helps other Toku fans see this in their feed, and it also helps me out. It makes sure that the video is being seen by more people like you. I also promised you guys that I was going to talk about my next giveaway. So I've decided that I'm going to be giving away my Hasbro Power Morpher. I've decided let's make it super simple, and it'll honestly be easier for me to track it this way. All you have to do is go follow me on TikTok. That's it. Because I'm going to be choosing someone from my TikTok followers to give this Morpher away to. So here we go. Let's dive in. Top 10 6th Ranger suits that I like. We're going to start at 10. So coming in at number 10, Time Fire. Although it's a pretty simple suit design, I do like that it's just a little bit of a change from Time Red. Because I think it's the little nuances that make him Time Fire that actually make it a cool looking suit. I also like how he has the black trim instead of the white. He looks different enough, which is neat. The one thing about the entire Time Ranger suit design that I'm not that into are like the cuffs. I don't really love those cuffs, but you might really like them. Alright, so moving on to number 9. This one, I wasn't expecting to really like this one. I think I actually started to like this one more when I saw people cosplaying as it in person. Star Ninja from the Ninja. It's definitely like off what you would think I like, but it's a pretty cool suit, guys. The shield is cool. I like it. I like how it looks like the old Western thing. I like how he looks like a cowboy. I like the star-shaped helmet and visor. It's a neat suit, guys. I mean, I said it was suit design, but will include weapons. I really like how he's got, the guitar sword. I don't even know, I don't know what the actual name of it is, but I'm a guitar player, so that's pretty cool to me. Number 8, and I really wish, I never received it. I ordered it from He Who Must Not Be Named, and it never came, but Curio Gold. I really like that suit. I really like how he's got both sides of the armor. He's got kind of like the wing-like things coming out the back. Again, he's a Gold Ranger, which I'm into. I like how the helmet is like a bigger helmet, and I just like the Kyoryuger suits in general, because I do like how they're 2-layer. That's gonna come up later in some of the Rangers too. I like 2-layered suits. I like how the sleeves come out from under the, almost, I'll call it a vest-like layer. I also like his henshin device. I'm into those wrist blaster looking things. Again, that's gonna come into play later as well. Alright, next we got, okay, so this is an obvious one, Honorary Killer. I love that suit. Honestly, I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I've never gotten through all of Abba Ranger. I've never gotten through it, but I really like that suit. And I'm not even the biggest Dino Thunder fan, but that suit is just, it's killer, man. It's Honorary Killer. His shield is really cool, his helmet is really cool. I love how he's got the red visor. And here's the thing, and you guys know this too, some visors look cool, they look mean. Some visors don't. His does, and I like the way it looks. His weapon is cool looking. I wish it looked more like a blade though, because that's one of those weapons where I feel like it just looks like a club. It looks like he's just clubbing you with some big club. I'm pretty sure he's the only white ranger on my list. So there you go. So now the next one, remember, not all of them are actually 6th Rangers, but they're not main team Rangers. Koguma Sky Blue from Q Ranger. If you guys have been following this channel, you know that I'm a huge Q Ranger fan, and I loved the fact that Koguma Sky Blue was he was like a young adult, and he's got the scarf. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about that, but I love the scarf. I love his henshin pose. I love the light blue color. I just thought that was cool. I really like his visor. I'm pretty sure his visor is symmetrical as opposed to everybody else's. I could be totally wrong. I have to double check that. And yeah, if I had the money, I would definitely get a Koguma Sky Blue cosplay. Absolutely. Well, I'd probably, if I had the money, I'd get all these cosplays. Who am I kidding? So now the next one, which is number 5, coming in at number 5, we're in top 5 right now. This should be a pretty obvious one because I've been posting pictures of myself as this character for over the past few months, Shinken Gold. Shinkenger is either my second or third top, like, favorite Sentai ever. And I wasn't expecting to really like it that much, but I really love it. If you haven't watched it, Shinkenger is incredible. And I love Shinken Gold's suit. I didn't really like it when Power Ranger Samurai was on. I'm just gonna be honest. As we all know, context is obviously everything, but the shininess of it, I feel like there are certain golds that are like more of like a matte gold. His is definitely more like almost chrome look. It actually, well, it depends on what we're looking at. Like, sometimes the suit looks more chrome in like the hero shots, and sometimes it looks more flat. But regardless, I like the way that it looks. I like the helmet. Again, the same thing. The helmet sometimes looks like flat, matte gold, and sometimes it looks really shiny. I can't really tell which one I like better. Sometimes the shiny is too much for me. Like on the helmet, I like the more matte looking because I'm used to looking at it more. He's got one of the coolest weapons in my opinion, because I like swords that are not like huge, like not gigantic. I like ones that are kind of like more practical, if that makes sense. And as a cosplayer, the cuffs and everything are not very complicated. There's not a ton of armor and stuff, so it's easy to put on, so he's gonna get points for that as well. So now here's the funny thing. Number 4 is from one of the series that I already mentioned, which is Q Ranger. And again, he's not an official 6 Ranger, but he definitely comes later in the series and he's not part of the main team. Ho-Oh Soldier. When I first saw Ho-Oh Soldier's suit, I immediately wanted it. That doesn't happen all the time for me. Like, it like takes me a while for it to grow on me. That one, I love like the like little like, he's got like the earpiece with the microphone thing going on because he's, I don't know, a space ranger, whatever you would want to call it. I like how his suit is also not spandexy looking. His looks more kind of like, almost like a vinyl kind of, maybe, I don't know, and it looks kind of like galaxy-ish. I love the Q Ranger suits as well. I didn't mention this for Koguma Sky Blue, but they have like the really, really sick armor. Everything about that series and those suits I really loved. He's got one of the coolest weapons ever. He's got the sword and shield. He looks like a knight. I mean, how could you not like that one? And he's also, again, he's a Red Ranger. I mean, if you want to call him that, he is a Red Ranger, kind of like Timefire is. But his suit design is like way different than Lucky's. All right, so here we go, guys. Top 3. Who we gonna do? Who we gonna do? All right, so this was much harder for me to choose, but top 3, number 3, coming in at number 3, I should say, is Dragon Ranger. It's classic. He was one of my favorites growing up. You know, you can't go wrong with the gold shield. I know many of you at home are like, well, that's an obvious choice. The Green Ranger is from Zyuranger or MMPR is a very much obvious choice. I always loved how the helmet like had like the more like kind of like larger back to it. I don't know if you guys like really noticed that stuff when you were kids, but like that stuck out to me. He's got the gold morpher compared to everyone else who have the gray silvery looking morphers. He's got the armor on his arms. He's got the trim on his gloves, well, on his cuffs, I should say. And he's got the Dragon Dagger, guys. Like, he's got one of the most iconic weapons in the fandom. He's got to be in the top 3. So now, number 2 might actually surprise you because I don't really talk about this character very much. But I gotta go with King Ranger. I actually really love the King Ranger suit. If I had the money, that is definitely one that I would cosplay as. Now, as a cosplayer, as many of you know who are cosplayers, cosplaying with shields and like armor is actually really annoying. It's hard to walk around in those things. I honestly have no idea how they fight in those things, to be quite honest. But I've never really held a real one. I don't know how light or heavy or bendable they are. Flexible, I should say. But King Rangers, like, his design, man, is just, it's honestly one of the best heavily armored Rangers out there. From the helmet to the gigantic shield, I always loved that shield. I love how he's just a simple, like, flat black underneath the shield. Like, there aren't any designs really on him other than, like, the neck piece, which is, like, that, like, Zeo-looking neck piece. Everything else is just flat black. I like that. It's just, it's slick. Or sleek. It's sleek looking. I'm not a really big fan of the staff. I never bought the Legacy staff. I have like no reason to ever really want that. Even if I was cosplaying, I'd rather get like a foam version of it. And again, this goes back into what I was saying earlier. It has nothing to do with their powers or the character or anything. Because if this list was based on that, he would not be number 2. Because I don't like his mecha, I don't like his weapon. You know, I don't even really love the character, to be quite honest. But I do love the suit. So now number 1 is gonna be super obvious for anyone who follows this channel. I mean, I think it goes without saying, my favorite suit of all time is Gokai Silver. To take the character out of it as much, what I do love about the suit itself is I love the collar. The collar got me immediately. Kind of like how Koguma Sky Blue's scarf got me, because it looks different. I loved the collar immediately. The other thing that brought a lot of context, and some of you may not even realize this, everyone knows that the Gokaiger team's helmets are supposed to look like pirate hats, but they never really ask, well, what is Guy's helmet? I don't know what it is. Guys, if you ever notice on the back of the helmet, there's this big thing on the back. That's a bandana tied. He's wearing a pirate bandana. You know how like some pirates wear hats? And then many of them wear bandanas. The anchor in the front, that's the design of the bandana. When I realized that, or when I read about that, I was like, oh man, that it gave so much more context to the helmet, and I fell in love with it. I loved it. I even love the cuffs. There's just something about the cuffs, the fact that they almost look like bells in a way. I love the cuffs. I just love the way they look. I like how in Gokaiger in general, the cuffs are not long. They're kind of more just wrist cuffs. Kind of like in Gozager 2, they do that. And guys, the Gokai Spear is one of, in my opinion, the coolest weapons. And what it does, it turns into a blaster. It changes when, you know, he goes into gold mode. Like, there's just so much. I didn't even mention gold mode. Gold mode, I'll be honest, gold mode looks ridiculous, and you really actually can't fight in that. But let's take a look at, like, what's actually on there. It's got all of our favorite 6 Rangers on there. It's a cool concept. And, yeah, I'm really into it. Obviously, you've probably seen me cosplaying as Gokai Silver, so you know already that that was going to be number 1 for me. So, now I'm very curious. I want you to go into the comments and put in your top 10 6 Ranger suits. Many of them might be in this list, but if it's in a different order, put it in there. And if there's other suits that maybe I missed or I should have paid more attention to, put those in there as well. Also tell me, which one would you like to do next? Would you like to do top 10 Red Rangers, top 10 Black Rangers, top 10 Yellow? You let me know, and I'll try to just listen to you guys. I'll just do that video next. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on all the social media networks. Again, if you follow me on TikTok, I will consider you entered into the giveaway. So thank you everybody for watching this video. It's been fun, and may the power protect you.